Hello and welcome back. Today I have an incredible video for you. We're going to walk through the entire process of creating a fully functional website using Wix, one of the best website builders out there. Whether you're a small business owner, a freelancer, or just looking to showcase your work, this step-by-step guide will help you to bring your vision to life. In this video, we'll cover everything from signing up to Wix and selecting the perfect template to customizing your site's design and optimizing it for mobile devices. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be fully equipped with the knowledge you need to build and launch your very own Wix website. So without further ado, let's dive right in and start building the website of your dreams. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more helpful videos like this one. Okay, so let's get started. To begin building your website with Wix, the first thing you need to do is create an account, and to do that we need to click the Get Started button. Now by doing this we are able to try Wix, and we don't even need to enter our credit card information, as by trying the service we are basically seeing if we like it or not, and if you don't need to continue with your subscription. But if you like it and you decide to create a website with Wix, you will then need to select a plan for your website and enter your payment information. But for now, we are just going to be trying Wix, which means we do not need to enter any payment information. So let's click Get Started to begin right now. Now you can either sign up using Google, Facebook, or Apple, or alternatively, you can simply enter in your email address to begin. Now that's what I'm going to be doing, so I'll enter my email right now, and then I'll click Continue with Email. Then you will need to confirm your email address by typing it again, and then enter your password as well. So I'll go ahead and do that right now, and then once you are done, click Sign Up. There we go, so I have entered my email address, I have confirmed my email address, and then I've done the same for a password as well. So now I'm ready to sign up and create my account. So let's do that and click the Sign Up button. Now you have two options. You can either select that you are creating a website for yourself, your business, or your friend. Or alternatively, you could be creating a website for a client as a freelancer or an agency. Now, I'm not being paid by somebody else to create this website for them. I am in fact creating this website for myself. So I'm going to select this first option here. Then we need to let Wix know what type of website we are planning on creating. Now we have loads of examples down here, for example, online store, portfolio, blog, and many more. Or if yours is not in this list of examples, you could simply search for it. Now I'm going to be creating a business website, so I'm going to type in business. Now we could enter one of these more specific results, but for now I'm going to keep it simple and just select business. Then we are ready to click next again. And now we're going to begin entering the details for our business. So enter the name for your business, but don't worry, you can change this at any time in the settings for your website. I'm going to be building a website for the made-up business that I previously designed a brand board for, and that is Classic Car Innovations. So that's what I'm going to enter as my business name. And once you're ready, click Next. Now we need to select what we actually want to do with the website that we are building. Do we want to sell products, offer services, promote a business, or any of these other options? Now I'm simply going to select the ones that are relevant to me, and that is what you should be doing as well. So this website will offer services, promote a business, collect leads, and share knowledge. Now we can in fact change this later, so it's not super important what you put here, but this will just make things simple when you go to build your website. So once you are happy with this and you are ready, click Next again. Now we need to select what we want to add to our website. Now because I chose services in the previous option, they have already added bookings, but I'm also going to add forms, blog, and I think that's it. I think, in fact, I will also select portfolio. Now, by selecting these options, this will pre-install some apps to our website. from the Wix app market, as you can see here. So by selecting blog, it will install the blog app, and the same with portfolio. And we also have the bookings, the chat system, and the forms as well. Now, if you want to sell products on your Wix website, you will need to also select online store just here. However, in this example, I do not want to sell any products, so I'm going to leave that unticked. Now, it's important to note that you can always skip this option by clicking skip in the bottom right down here. But by selecting these right now, this will simply pre-install some apps onto your website, making certain things quicker when you go to add certain functionalities to your website later on. Then once you are ready and you are happy with all of this, simply click next down here. And there we go. So we are now ready to go to the dashboard for our website. So simply click go to your dashboard, and we'll be taken to the dashboard for our Wix website. Now, from your dashboard, Wix will give you a checklist of things to complete in order to improve your website. But for now, we can ignore these. And instead, what we're going to be doing is selecting a template for our website. So in order to find the template, so we're going to go over and click Design Site. And here we have two simple options. We can either let Wix create our site for us, or we can customize a designed template. Now, letting Wix create the site for you can be okay, but usually it's not too good. So we're going to go ahead and click Pick a Template, and then we're going to find a template that we can use for our Wix website from the massive collection of templates that are available to us. As you can see, we can simply scroll through these and find templates for all different types of websites. Now you can preview these templates before selecting them by simply hovering over one and clicking View. And then we can see what the template will look like. However, I'm not going to be creating a pet groomer's website, so let's go back to the templates. And I'm going to be creating a classic car website. So I'm going to go to the drop-down for business and services, and I'm going to go down to automotive and cars. Then we have all of the templates that are relevant to me. Now, I quite like this first one here, so I'm going to click View. And then we can preview this template on desktop and mobile as well. Once you are happy and you have found the template that you want to use, simply go to the top right and click Edit this site. And what that will then do is add this template to your website and allow you to begin customizing it to make it exactly how you want it to be. And here we go. So because in the setup process, I added a couple of features, they're now adding them by adding the apps to our website. As you can see, that is now completed. So let's scroll back up to the top, and this is the Wix website editor. Now, if you're completely new to this and you do not know how it works, you can click the Take a Tour in the bottom right over here, and it will walk you through how the editor works. So first of all, it says meet your building blocks. Add sections and pages, then customize them with text, buttons, and other elements. Then we have the ability to zoom out for an overview, reorder the sections on your page, rename them, or adjust their size. So if I want the services section above this top section here, I need to simply click the down arrow on the top section. Okay, so let's click next. Then we can add different sections to our website. So these are all pre-designed section templates that we can add. The elements are fully customizable. You can drag and drop an element anywhere, then change its size, style, and content. You can also preview how your website will look on mobile devices by using the mobile icon at the top on the editor. And there we go, that is the quick walkthrough of the Wix editor. Now we will be looking a bit more in depth into the editor because I don't think that walkthrough was too detailed. So let's go ahead and look at what we can do using the editor right now. So as it just showed us, by clicking on the mobile icon up here, we can look at how the website looks on mobile. So the changes that you make on the mobile editor will not change how your site looks on desktop. So you can change how your website looks on mobile and desktop to make sure that it is responsive on all devices. So this is the mobile editor. We can quickly skip through this, but this gives you some good information as to how you can customize your website for mobile devices. And here we are. So we have now been taken to the mobile editor. But for now, let's leave this and go back to the main desktop editor. So first of all, let's have a look at the menu on the left over here. So we have add elements, add section, pages and menu, site design, apps, business, media, and finally content manager. So let's start from the top with elements. If you want to add any type of element to your website, this is where you will do that. For example, you can add text, images, buttons, strip elements, decorative elements, boxes, galleries, menus, contact forms, videos and music, interactive elements, and many more, all the way down to my custom designs. So to add any element to your website, simply go to the element category, then find the element that you want to add. So let's say we want to add the shop button just here. Simply drag it and drop it into your website. And it's that easy. Then within the editor, you can click onto any element or section in order to customize it. So let's take this button here, for example. If you want to change what the text says or the icon that is displayed, click Change Text and Icon, and it will open the editor for this element. And we can choose a new icon, choose where the link goes to for the button, and much more. We can also change the layout for the button design. So we can either select a theme or create a custom design. Let's say, for example, I want to use this button theme here. Then we can add an animation to the button so that when the page loads, the button has an animation. Of course, you can customize the link from within this button here, but you can also do that from within the link button here as well. And of course, you can select any of these options. And finally, if you need any help for an element, you can simply click the help button. And it will teach you all about the element that you have selected. So there we go. But we do not need this button, so let's click delete or backspace to delete that element. So like I said earlier, you can move different sections. So I currently have this first section here selected. And if I want to move it down, I can click the move section down button. Then it will put the services above this section here because that's the one that was below it. But of course, we want our main header section at the top because that is what we want people to see when they open our website. Next, we're going to take a look at how to customize the font and colors for your website in Wix. So you can either customize an individual text element by clicking onto it and then clicking edit text. Then of course you can customize all of the text over here. So you can make it bold, italic, underlined, or you can change the color and add a highlight. And you have the other options as well. For example, the font for your text and your font size as well. Or alternatively, if you want to customize the global fonts for your website, what you will need to do is go to Site Design on the left over here, and then go to Site Theme. Here you can either customize your current theme, or you can change to a completely different theme that is available within Wix, as you can see, they have all of these other themes that are pre-created that you can use. So let's say, for example, we want to use this one at the bottom down here. Once I select it, you can see the text on my website has automatically changed. Now, you may also want to customize the theme that you have selected. So in order to do that, you want to either click Colors to customize the color theme, or Text to customize the text theme, if that's what you want to customize. So first of all, I'll click onto Colors. And as you can see here, we have 5 different colors. Now for this brand, I have actually already created a brand board within Canva, as you can see just here. So I have a color palette that I want to use. So what I'm going to do is add those colors in my color palette as my primary theme colors on my Wix website. So in order to change a color in your theme, you can simply go onto that color and click Edit Color. Then all you need to do is enter the color code for your color. So what I'm going to do is paste in my first color code. In fact, I'm going to do that for color 1. So I'll select this and paste in my color code and click Apply. And I'll do the same for color 2. Select all of this and paste in my color and click Apply. Then for my final color, I'm going to paste in my color for color number 3. Fantastic. So now I have successfully uploaded my brand's color palette. Now we do also have these 4th and 5th colors, but I'm sure we can find a use for them later on. Then what I'm going to do is go back and next go on to text. So for my brand, I am using the Formula Bold font for headings, and the paragraph text will use the basic Formula font. So let's go over to heading number 1. And I'm going to use Formula Bold. And it looks like that font isn't available. The only font with FO is the Forum font, and that is not what we want to use. So instead, what I'm going to have to do is upload the fonts that I want to use. So I have downloaded the fonts to my computer, so I'm simply going to drag and drop them into the Wix website where I can add my fonts. So there we go, I have dragged my fonts in, so now I need to wait for them to be uploaded. Fantastic, so now both of my fonts have been successfully uploaded, so I can now use them if I search for them in here. There we go, so we have Formula Bold, and I'll select the color from my theme colors. I think I'll use this one here. All of the other settings are fine, so I'll click Apply, and then I'll do the same for heading 2. And number 3 as well. And the color. And then we have heading 4. Heading 5. Now most of these are probably not even going to be used, but it's good to have them covered anyway. And the final heading. There we go, fantastic. And now all we need to do is the 3 different paragraphs. So paragraph 1. For that, I'm going to use the light option, but make it bold. And of course, change the color as well. And I'll do the same for paragraph 2. And the exact same for paragraph 3 just here, although I'm not going to make paragraph 3 bold. Fantastic. So now we want to save our changes, so we're simply going to click Save at the top right up here. Now this will give us the option to either use a free wix.com domain, which is what we're going to be doing for now, as later on I will show you how to connect your own custom domain name. But for now, I'm just going to use the free Wix domain option, as we're not going to publish our website yet anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So then what we're going to do is click Save and Continue. There we go, so our website has now been saved. Now I don't want this pop up every time, so I'll click Don't Show This again, and I'll click Done. Fantastic, so we have successfully customized the fonts and the colors for our Wix website. Now we can close out of this and have a look how our website is looking. Okay, so the website is looking good for the little changes we've made so far. We've customized the fonts and colors for our site. So as you can see, everything is looking slightly different now, but that means that we are ready to move on to the next step. And what we're doing next is modifying the backgrounds for our Wix website. Now, there are multiple different types of backgrounds for your website. In Wix, we have the page background and we have section backgrounds as well. So we could customize this section background here. However, if we have a page background, this may not even change. So first of all, what you want to do is customize the background for your entire page. To do that, you want to go back over to Site Design, and then you'll see the page background option. So let's click Customize onto this option here. And we have three simple options: color, image, or video. Now for the entire page background, all I want is a simple color background. So I'm going to select color, and then I'm going to select my theme color from this first option here. And there we go. So this has now made the page look different in a bad way, but don't worry, we're going to fix that in just a minute. And another thing we're going to do before we close this tab is click Apply to Other Pages. Now what we're going to do is apply this new background to all of our pages. So every page on our website has a simple, clear background. So there we go. Now we can close out of this. And that is that completed. Now, in order to take a forward step in changing the page background, we've also taken a backward step because it has made the site look weird. But don't worry, we can fix this really easily. So let's click onto this section here. And we're going to click Change Section Background. Now, once again, we have three options. We have colors, images, or videos. And for this option, I'm going to select Image. Now we'll be able to select an image that we can use for the background of this specific section on our web page. So now what I'm going to do is search for a relevant image that we can use. Now we can either use images that we have uploaded, or we can explore the different libraries that are available to us. Now I want to use Unsplash, so I'm going to click onto that there. And then I'm going to type in classic car into the search box. And there we go. So now we simply need to select a relevant image that we want to be the background for this first section of our page. I think that this one here is going to be absolutely perfect. So select the image that you want to use and then click Change Background. Okay, there we go. So that is looking a lot better already. However, another thing that I'm going to do is customize the image that I have used for this section background. And in order to do that, I'm going to click onto this icon here. Now, I don't want to use any of these options here. Instead, I'm going to go to Overlay down here and select a cool overlay for the photo for the background of this section on our page. Now, I think that grunge could be quite a good option. So let's click on a few of these to see which one looks nice. There we go. This one is quite nice as well. I don't really like this one. I don't like this one either. This one I quite like. This could be my favorite, but let's just have a look at the rest. That's not too bad, but let's keep going. I don't like that one. That one could work, but I'm not a fan of it really. And this could work as well, but I'm going to go with this one here. So there we go, we've added a grunge overlay effect to our image. Now, if we wanted to, we could add any other effects. We could add text, we could add a background color or image or textures, or we could add filters. We have many options. However, I'm going to leave it how it is right now. So let's click save at the top right up here. And there we go. So now the page has been updated and we can see the effect on our background image for this section. And I really like it. I think that it looks absolutely fantastic. So there we go. That is how you can change the background for your web pages in Wix and also for specific sections as well. Now I'm going to have to do this for other sections as well. For example, this one, especially this one down here. In fact, as this currently doesn't even have a background, this one isn't even relevant. In fact, for now, I think I'm going to delete this section from the page. So I'm going to right click it and click delete. There we go. And then we have the contact section and the footer at the bottom down here. However, for now, I think that the background for this section looks really good. What I will do is go and customize the background for the About Us section. And in fact, I may as well do it for the contact section as well, just so that they have relevant backgrounds. So let's go down to this section here first. And I'm going to click change strip background. And now we're going to find a background image that we can use. So once again, I'm going to go to Unsplash and type in classic car. And for the About Us section, I think I'll use this one here. There we go. That is fantastic. And I will also customize this photo again. And for this one, I just want to try and make it black and white. So I'm going to go to filters and look for a black and white filter. Here we go. This one is perfect. So now let's click save at the top. There we go. That is looking really good now. So now let's go ahead and do the same thing for the background on the contact section down here. So let's click onto the section and click change background. And then for this one, I'm going to use a color and I'm just going to use my brand kit color. This one here, as I think this looks really quite nice. And there we go. So now we have a background for all of the different sections on our website. However, I think I might delete the services section as I'm going to be replacing this with a better section later. So click onto the section with a right click and then click delete just here. Now for some reason the section is still here. So let's do that again. And there we go, that's much better. Then if I scroll down, I want to make the About Us section slightly bigger. There we go. Just so that there's equal space above and below the element with the About Us text. And I'll do the same by moving this photo up a bit just here, just because it's important that everything is spaced out nicely. And I think that's all looking really good. So for now, everything is really good and I'm happy with it. And I think that we're just about ready to move on to the next step. So the next step is to design and customize the header for our Wix website. And first of all, I think that I'm going to remove the search bar because it is absolutely useless and it's covering our menu items. So let's get rid of that. And now we can see our full menu. So let's click onto our menu and click the Manage Menu button. In fact, before I even do that, I'm also going to delete the login bar, as I don't think that it's really relevant for this website to have user accounts. So there's no point even having the login bar here. So let's delete that as well. And it's just telling us how we can re-add the login bar if we need to. And we also have the ability to delete the members area, as I will not be having accounts on this website. So I think I might do that later on. But for now, I'll just click OK. And we can continue making the header look really good. Okay, so now let's go ahead and upload our logo to our header next to our menu up here. And then we can finish our menu items. Of course, we'll need to capitalize the text for the blog and portfolio menu items. And I may even remove the portfolio section because I don't really think that's needed anymore anyway. But before we do any of that, let's go ahead and upload our logo, because one of the most important things for a website is branding. So let's go over and click Add Elements, and then we're going to add an image, and we're going to upload an image by clicking this button here. So I'm going to try 2 different logo options here to see which looks better. We have the badge logo and the simple text logo as well. So I'm going to drag and drop both of these logos into the media library on my Wix website. And as you can see, the first one has already uploaded. That is the badge logo. And then the second one you'll see is a simple text logo that we could use as well. There we go. So that's uploaded. You won't be able to see it yet as it's got a white background, so you can't see white on white. You can sort of see it in the preview up here, but once we upload it with a dark background, we will be able to see our logo. Now, one thing I will do is crop this first of all, just so that it fits in nicely to our website. There we go, that's good. And then click Save. And I'm also going to crop this one as well. There's not much needed, but I just want to make it a bit more precise. This will make centering it and things like that really easy when we go ahead and upload it to our website. So first I'll upload this one here and click Add to Page. And then I'm going to make it smaller. Quite a bit smaller, in fact. And drag it all the way up until it says Attach to Header. There we go. Now we're simply going to need to make it so that it fits in the header. And in fact, the header is probably going to need to be quite a bit bigger, just so that this all fits in together. And we can see the height on the left. And currently it's 109. I think 109 should be okay. So let's move all of the menu items. And I already don't think that this version of the logo is going to look very good. So I'm going to delete that and I'm going to upload the other one instead. And we can actually see them down here in the site images section. And it's going to be the edited version of the logo. So this one here, I'll simply click onto that. And there we go. Now we can see it as it's on a dark background. Okay, so let's make this header smaller again. And bring the logo up here. I'll make it a bit smaller and center it, of course, as well. And bring the height of the header down to around 107. Sounds good to me. And then once again, center the logo, and then we can center the menu items as well. So there we go. That is looking much, much better already. In fact, I'll just bring this a bit closer to the menu items, and I think this is looking really good so far. Now, I think I am going to delete the portfolio link in this menu, so I'm going to click Manage Menu, and down at Portfolio, I'm going to simply click Delete, and this is going to delete the Wix Portfolio app, as well as the page and the menu item, and because I no longer want this app, I'm going to click Delete. Now, it'd be better if I didn't install this app to begin with, but it doesn't matter. We don't need it, so it's now out of the way. Now, I also want to make the blog menu item capitalized, so we're going to go back to Manage Menu, and then go down to Blog and click Settings, and I'm simply going to make this all capitalized. There we go. That's all we need to do. Now we can click back. Now this has actually taken us to the blog page, so we're just going to go back to the home page again. There we go. And now what I'm going to do is change the text design for all of these menu items. So I'm going to click onto the menu and then go to the design icon here. and click the custom design button. Now what we need to do is go to text, and we're going to change the text styles here. So currently this is a custom version of heading 1. Now what I'm going to do is change the font to Formula Bold. Fantastic. And in fact, I'm going to change it to heading 6. This is a preset that I think will look a lot better for the header on our website. Sorry, for the menu in our header. So then we have the color, that's all good. The heading, font size, and everything down here is looking good. Then we can change the hover settings. So this is how it will look when you hover over a button in the menu. Now we can change this to be 1 in our brand kit. However, I think I'm just going to use this color here, which is a shade of my brand color. And I think that looks fine. So then when we go back to regular, we can see how it looks compared to when you hover over a menu item. So there we go. That is looking quite a lot better already. We're just going to want to make sure this is all centered and looking good, which it is. So I'm thinking that we can say that unless we add any more pages, so that we will need to add more menu items. Other than that, I'm thinking that the header is all good. So we're going to click save again up here, just to save our changes to make sure that we don't lose what we have done. And that is our menu and header completed. Now we're going to have a look at how to manage the pages on our Wix website. So let's have a look at adding, renaming, and deleting pages first of all. So what we're going to do is go to pages and menu on the left over here. And here we can see all of the pages on our website. So this is our site menu. We have home, services, our work, about us, contact, book online, and finally blog as well. Then we also have the search box, which we have previously disabled. And then there's also some additional pages on the left over here. But depending on the apps that you have installed, this could look different for you. To add a page to your website, all you need to do is click the Add Page button, and this will add it to your menu as well. Then we can choose the type of page that we want to add, and this will also give us the option to use templates as well. There are many options available to us, or alternatively, you could create a blank page and build it from scratch. For now, I'm just going to leave this, as I'm happy with the pages that we already have. But if you do want to delete a page, all you need to do is click onto the 3 dots and then click delete, or you have the other options as well. For example, you could go to the page settings, the SEO settings for that page. You could rename the page. You could simply hide it from the menu. You could add it as a sub item in the menu, or like I just said, you can delete the page altogether. Now, whilst we're talking about pages, let's go ahead and complete the front page here. Now, this template is really for a single page website. So pretty much all of these links in the menu take the visitors to different sections on this one page. So if you click on our work, it will take you to this section here. If you click on about us, it will take you to this section here, and so on. Now, that is different for the book online and the blog pages, as they are completely separate to this page. But for now, let's go ahead and complete this main page here with all of the sections down here as well. So first of all, let's complete this top section here. To do that, I'm going to simply select all of these elements and I'm just going to delete them because I do not need any of those. Next up, as you can see, we have some social media icons down here. Now you could either link them to your social media platforms, or you could delete them altogether. To link them up, all you need to do is click the Set Social Links button. And then you can add or replace icons and add your links to the different social media platforms on the right over here. I'm quite happy with how this is, and I do not have any social media links for this brand yet, as this is a made-up brand just for creating this website. So I won't be able to have any links here. But I think they look nice, so for now I'm just going to leave them how they are. Of course, that is completely up to you with how you want to make your own website. So now let's complete this section by adding some text and even a button to it as well. So first of all, let's go ahead and add some text. And we're going to add a main heading. Now I'm simply going to write classic car innovations. And I want to center this text using this option here. And as well as that, I'm going to change the line height. So I'll go to character and line spacing, and I'm simply going to decrease the line spacing option. There we go. I think that 1 is okay. So let's bring this to the top up here and make sure it's centered. There we go. Now, because of the background, this isn't too readable, so we may have to customize the background again. But for now, let's just add our text and see what we can do from here. So now I'm going to add a subheading to this text here. So I'm going to add an element and click on the paragraph option down here. I think I may as well add this first one here. So let's add that. And as for the text, I've already written out what I want it to say. So I'm simply going to paste it in just here. And then once again, center the text as well. There we go. So we have Classic Car Innovations, your one-stop shop for innovative classic car restorations. Now all I'm going to do is add a button below that text. So I'm going to go to Add Elements and then go to Buttons. And for now, I'm just going to click onto this button here. Now we're going to be customizing this anyway, so it doesn't matter how it looks at the moment. We can just add that in down here. Now I'm going to click Change Text and Icon to customize the icon, and I'm going to write Get in Touch. And I'm going to change the icon to a phone. Okay, so I think this one here is going to be perfect. So let's click onto that and add that in to our design, to our button. And then we can choose where we want the button to link to. Now for this, if you have multiple pages on your website, you will need to select the page. But I'm going to go to Section or Anchor and select the contact section on this page. There we go. So now when someone clicks this button, it will take them down to the contact section so that they can get in touch. So we've sorted the text and the icon. Now we're going to have to customize the design. First of all, we can customize the button color. And I'm going to use my brand color here. And for the hover color, I think I'll use the red. Now, red for a button isn't really too good, but this is just an example. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. Next, we're going to go to text and I'm going to go to themes and select paragraph 1. In fact, I don't really like that. So let's go to paragraph 3 instead. And I'm just going to make the font a bit bigger. Let's try 24. And let's make it bold as well. And then we're going to have to change the character spacing because for some reason there's quite a lot of spacing in between the text. And make the button bigger so that this all fits in. There we go. So that's looking a lot better already. What else should we change? I'll increase the spacing a little bit just to how it was. And I think this is looking okay so far. Now what I'm going to do is remove or decrease the corners so that it's not so rounded. So I'm going to change it from 50 to 20 because I think the corners, it's a bit too rounded at the moment. And I think this looks quite a lot better. But I'm just going to now go to 15. I don't like it when the buttons are too round. And all of the rest of this is fine. Now I'm starting to not like this red, so I'm going to click Customize again. And rather than selecting the red, I'm just going to select a darker shade of the normal color for the button. So when you hover over it, it's just going to get a bit darker. Then what I'm going to do, I don't like it being all in capitals, so I'm just going to make it so that only the first letter of each word is in capitals. In fact, I'm just going to make it so only the first letter of the first word is in capitals. Okay. So this still doesn't look right to me. I think the spacing needs to be increased slightly. And we may need to change the background image. But I'm just going to make the button slightly smaller, just so that it fits in a bit better. Okay, I think this is looking quite good now. Now I may have to change the background of this section just so that the text is actually readable. So let's click change section background. And first of all, I'll try and add a different effect to the background image to see if that will help instead. So I'm going to try by first of all decreasing the brightness all the way down. And I'm also going to go down here to the bottom and add a tint. Now I'll change the color of the tint to a light blue color. There we go. And then I'm just going to add this to the project, to the image I mean, and just increase the tint until I think it looks good. Now let's click save at the top right and see how this looks and see if the text is actually more readable on top of this image. I've just made a couple of simple changes just to see if that will help. And yes, that is much better. We can now read this text much easier. So we can see that it says Classic Car Innovations, your one-stop shop for innovative classic car restorations. There we go. So that is much better. Now we're going to skip all the way down to the bottom of the website and we're going to craft our footer. So we've completed our header. So now let's go and complete the footer as well. So this is the footer as you can see down here. And the very first thing I'm going to do is change all of this text down here. So I'm going to simply select it all and paste in what I want it to say instead. Now I've added more text than what was previously there, but I think it looks okay. We have copyright 2023 Classic Car Innovations, all rights reserved. Your one-stop shop for innovative classic car restorations. Now I could remove these social icons that are here and add the logo in their place, but I quite like these icons. So what I'm going to do is make the footer a bit bigger, about here, and then I'm going to select these two elements and bring them down to the bottom, making sure they're centered. And then I'm going to add my logo above these elements here. So now let's go back to add elements and go to image and drag in my logo. There we go. Now let's make it smaller. And there we go. That's fantastic. Let's just select these elements again and bring them back up. And I think I can make the logo, the footer, sorry, a bit smaller. It's quite difficult with it being at the bottom of the page. And then select these three elements. Actually, I'll bring the logo up and the social bar up. Finally, the text as well. And then I'll select all three together and make sure that they are all centered. So there we go. We have really quickly crafted our footer for our website on Wix. We have our logo, some social icons which we could easily customize by simply adding and removing the icons that we do and don't want. And then we have our copyright text below that down there as well. So now let's save our page again. And that is another step closer to completing our website. So now that the footer is completed, let's go ahead and move on to the next step. The next thing that we're going to do is add all of our content to our website. And we're going to start by adding the services section back, because of course we deleted that ages ago. So now we're going to have to add that back, but we're going to add it back looking better than ever. So let's scroll down to where we want the section to be. We want it to be in between the Our Work section and the top section up here. So let's click the Add Section button, and we're going to find a Services section that we can use. So let's go to the Services category of Templates, As you can see here, we now have many different options for services sections that we can use for our website. Now I think this one here looks absolutely perfect. So let's drag and drop it onto our website where we want it to be. Fantastic. So this is really, really nice. I think this is a really nice looking section that we've added, but we are going to have to add some text and some content to it just here. So let's start by adding the text in just here. So we have services, and then we have a few sentences below the heading. Now, once again, I have already written this, so I'm simply going to select all of this and paste it in. And let's add some spacing between all of this. That's a bit too much. Okay, I think this is all right. We can simply edit the text and make sure that it all looks good. I'll make the font a little bit smaller. I'll bring it to 16 instead of 17. And I think this is looking good. Yeah, I think this is okay. So now let's scroll down and add our services. So we are only going to be adding 3 services, not 4. So the first thing that we need to do is delete this one on the right. So let's make sure that we have the section selected and click Manage Items. And then on item 4, we're simply going to click Delete. Now we're going to add our text and content to these other 3 items. But first of all, we just want to make sure that these 3 elements are centered. So let's go over to the layout option, and we want to go and recenter these items. There we go. That is absolutely fantastic. Now we can change the spacing if we want to. And we also have the option to display the items from left to right or from right to left. But really, this doesn't really matter at all. There we go. So now we're ready to add our text and images to this section. First of all, I'll add the text for our 3 services. We have full restoration, custom painting, and engine rebuilding. So let's type in our text just here. Fantastic. So the headings for all 3 sections are done. Now I'm simply going to add a brief description for each of them that I have already written. There we go. So we have full restoration with a simple description of that service, and then the same with custom painting and engine building as well. Now what we'll need to do is add our 3 images. So let's click onto this one here and click Change Image. And this is for classic car restoration, the full restoration service. So let's click onto Media from Wix. And I'm just going to type in classic car. Let's see if we could find a relevant image. I quite like this first one here. But let's see what else there is that we could use. Yeah, I think the first one will be absolutely perfect. So let's select it and click Choose Image. There we go. Then let's go to Image 2 and click Change Image again. And go to Media from Wix. And this one is for custom painting. So let's type in painting and see what comes up. Nothing really relevant comes up. So let's type in car painting. And okay, these first 2 are perfect. I think the second one is what we'll need. So choose that image. And finally, we have engine building. So let's click Change Image. And I'm going to go back to Media from Wix. And I'm just going to type in engine. Okay, nothing comes up that we need there. So let's try car engine. And let's see what we have here. I don't really like any of these, so let's try engine building. No, these aren't relevant, so let's try classic car engine. And I don't really like any of these. This one's decent. But this isn't really what I'm looking for. So let's try and use Unsplash instead. And I'll type in engine. And here we go. So we already have loads more relevant photos from Unsplash. So let's use this one on the right over here and click choose image. There we go. So we've added our free services and we've added images to them as well. Now I am going to change the color for this strip background. So I'll go to color and I'm going to select my brand color here. The red also looks quite nice, in fact. They both look quite good. We can change it later though. For now, I'm going to select the blue. And there we go. So we have the top section. We have the services section added. And then we're going to need to customize these sections down here as well. So we have our work, about us, and contact us as well. So we'll see what we can do with those sections. But first of all, we're going to need to add the services section to the menu up here so that it is connected together. So let's click onto the menu and click manage menu. And then on services, we're going to click change link. And we're going to go to section or anchor. And we're going to select the services section. So now when someone clicks the services button in the menu, they'll be taken down to the services section. So let's click save at the top up here again. And the next section is the our work section. So for this, I'm going to leave the heading as it is, but I'm going to add a custom subheading. Once again, I've already written the subheading that I want to use. So I'm going to paste mine in just here. And the styles are already perfect and I'm happy with how they are. But what I will need to do is change all of these items in this gallery here. So let's start by clicking the Manage Media button and simply deleting all of these images. So let's click Select All and Delete. Now we're going to have to add some new images. So let's click Add Media and go to Image. And I'm going to drag in the images that I want to use for the artwork section. Here we are. So I have these 6 images here. So I'm just going to select all of them and then drag them in to our media library. And then once they've uploaded, these will be the images that we use. So they're all uploaded. So I'm going to shift click to select all of them and then click the Add to Gallery button. Now we have our 6 images added to the gallery, but now what we're going to need to do is click onto each of them and add the text on the right over here. So what we need to do is add the title and the description for each of these so-called projects. Now these are all made up as this is a fake brand. That is just an example showing you how to create a Wix website. So we don't want the file type for the images, so we can remove that. And then for the description, I'm simply going to paste in a description for each of these projects. So once again, we're going to delete the file types. In fact, I'll go through all of them, removing the file types from each of these images. And then once I've done that, I will add the descriptions as well. So let's go back to the second one. I'm simply going to paste in my description for the project. And then the same for the third one. And of course the fourth one as well. And then the fifth one, which we have just here, a 1970s Dodge Charger. I realized I missed the image type from the title, but that's fixed now. And then finally, the 1963 Jaguar E-Type. Now, we want to make sure there's no dashes in any of these titles. and then we can paste in the description. Now I think the dash between E and type is fine because it is the type of Jaguar. So I think that is absolutely fine. So then let's go ahead and click done once you are happy with the title and description for all of the images that you've added to your gallery. I think mine is absolutely perfect. So let's click done. And within a few seconds, our changes will show on the preview of our website. There we go. So we can now see within the editor our new images that we've added to the artwork section. Now we do want to change the way that this gallery is displayed. So whilst it is selected, I'm going to click onto settings, and then I'm going to go to layout and select a layout that I want to use. Now I think masonry could be good, but I don't like that it's got 2, then 3, then 1. I think it'd be better having them in 2s. So I'm going to click customize down here. And what I'm going to do is decrease the thumbnail size. There we go. So now they all fit in together. Let's try and make it 25. See if it still works. Yep, that seems to be fine. So now the artwork section is looking really good as well. So let's go ahead and click save at the top again. And now we're going to scroll down to the About Us section. Now we've already added the background image. So all we're really going to need to do is add the text for the About Us section. And I've already written that. So I'm simply going to select all of this and paste in my own text. But I do want to make sure that it is centered. In fact, I want all of it to be centered and not just one paragraph. There we go. That is fantastic. Now I do want to make sure that this block, the container box with all of the text, is centered. So let's select all of this and center it within this section. There we go. That is absolutely perfect. And we can save this again. And then all we have is the Contact Us section below that. So first of all, I'm going to change the background to be the red color for my brand, because I've not yet used this color in one of these sections. So we have the blue color, the light white sort of color. And then this section has an image background. So I think it's about time we use the red color for a background. And of course, delete this silly image up here. And I think I would actually replace that with my own logo. So let's go to add elements and site images, show more. And we're going to use this image here. So add that to the page and put it just above this section. Now I think this is a bit too big. So let's just put this up here and center it. Where is it centered? I think that's pretty much centered just there, but I think this is also still a bit too big. So there we go, that is centered in just here. So now what we need to do is add our contact information and also customize the form at the bottom down here as well. So first of all, I'm going to change this to say contact us. Just like that. And then I'm going to add some text below this heading. So I need to move the heading up a bit and go to add elements and text. I'm going to go to paragraph 2. Then I've pre-written the sentence for this text here. You can reach us by phone or email or visit us at our workshop to see our team in action. So let's center this text using the alignment option and also align it below the contact us heading as well. If I can center it. There we go. I think that's okay. I think that's all right. I will just move both of these elements up a little bit. There we go. I think that's good. Then we have the contact information on the left over here. Now you can customize this for your own business. because the address, the email address, telephone number, and opening hours are going to be completely different for you. So I'm going to leave this exactly how it is because this is just an example. But what we do need to do is make sure that the form is fully functional and working. Now I'll just make the container box a bit bigger so that this all fits in nicely. And then I'm going to select the form and click onto the elements button here. And here we can add a new form field to our contact form. Now I'm going to add this option here. This will just stop bots from submitting the form. And I'm also going to delete the last name field because I'm simply going to make the top one a name field. So that's first and last name. So we'll have the field title as full name, and we want to make sure that this is required. And then we have the email field just here as well, the subject for the message, which I don't really think is relevant, so let's delete that. And then we have the message field as well, which should also be required. So let's bring that up here. And then we have the security checkbox as well, the submit button for the form, and the success message that pops up once you click the submit button. Now it's important to make sure this is all centered and aligned together. There we go, that's better. Oh, I'm moving the whole box there. I don't mean to do that. I need to select the field within the form. And then I'll just move these two up a little bit more. There we go, that's centered. And so is that. Now we can make the form a bit smaller. And we can make this whole block smaller as well. So we have full name, email, and message. And then I'm also going to make... Actually, I think this is fine. We can bring this down a little. Oh, not that much. There we go. So now we've got some space above and below. I'll just move the Classic Car Innovations logo up a little bit. And I think that's fine, in fact. Then let's click back into the form to make sure this is all fully functional. So we have full name, email, and message. And then we have the security box at the bottom, the submit button, and the success message that pops up when the form is successfully submitted. So let's go to form settings, and we can have a look at the different settings for our form. So we could set up email notifications. This will make it so that you receive an email whenever someone submits the form. And we can also create automated responses. So then when someone submits the form, they will automatically receive an email with whatever message you want it to say. So for example, you could send an automated response that says, "Thank you for your message. We will get back to you as soon as possible." Or you could say that you're currently on holiday, so you won't be replying for a few weeks. It is completely up to you. So let's just go through some of these options. So we have settings. What is the name of the form? And then we have the email notification option. So here we can make it so that form notifications are sent to the inbox, the mobile app, and these selected emails. Then click the Set Notifications button. And this is where you can complete the rest of the notification settings. So you can make it so that it's sent to your inbox, your email, and the app for Wix. Or alternatively, you can make it so that you're only receiving them by email. Now this is completely up to you, and it all depends on how you want your forms to be set up. So for now, I'm just going to close out of this. I'm going to go back down here to the form settings. Next, we can see the submit message. So this is the message that pops up at the bottom down here when someone successfully submits the form. So we have a few options here. When someone successfully submits the form, you can either make it so that it shows a message like it has done here, or you can make it so that they are sent to a specific page on your website, or you can send them to an external URL, or if you have a pro plan, you can send them a link to download a file. Now we're going to keep this really simple, and we're just going to have the show success message option. So when someone submits the form successfully, it will show up this message here, and it will pop up with the message for 5 seconds, and then it will disappear. Alternatively, you can make it so the message is always showing after someone has submitted the form until they refresh the page. But I think the option for 5 seconds is quite good, so we can leave it how it is by default. So that is the really simple way to set up a form on a Wix website. You can also add some other options as well. For example, you could set it up so that you can accept payments through a form, but we're not going to be looking at this right now. You can add certain conditions and rules, and you can add contacts as well, so that when someone sends a submission into your contact form, it will automatically save their information into your contacts section on your website. Now I'm going to leave this as well. And then we have the automations that we talked about a minute ago. So then when someone submits the form, it can make it so that they are automatically sent an email, or they could have a message pop up in the chat down here. This is completely up to you. Finally, we have the email marketing campaigns here, but we're going to leave all of this for now. If you need any additional help for forms, you can contact Wix using the support section in the Wix forms that you have created. But this is all good for now, so we can close out of that. So there we go, we've created a basic website using Wix. Now what we're going to do is make sure that the website is mobile friendly. So we're going to go ahead and optimize our website for mobile devices. First of all, we're going to need to switch to the mobile view within the editor. So click onto the mobile device icon here. And now any changes that you make will only be visible on mobile devices. So you can adjust the layout and elements on your Wix website to make sure that it's completely optimized for mobile devices, as well as computers and tablets. So first of all, I can see that I don't like where my logo is. So I could click onto my logo and center it. There we go, that's much better. And then we have this section here. The button isn't really readable. So what we can do is simply hide the element on mobile devices. Then I can simply select these other two elements and center them. So then when someone opens the website on mobile, they won't see the button looking really bad. Now we could have redesigned the button. It is completely up to you. So this is all so far mobile friendly. The services section isn't too mobile friendly down here, so we'll need to make some changes to this. What we can do is make each container bigger. There we go. And then this one and this one, that is automatically updated. So now this is all mobile friendly as well. And then we have our work. This is all fantastic. About us, this is all mobile friendly, so this is good so far. And finally, we have the contact us section as well, which all seems to be mobile friendly. However, the logo has been put below the contact form. So instead, what we're going to do is hide that element. There we go. So I think this is all looking quite good. Now I can bring the footer up a little bit so there's no white gap. And that is absolutely fantastic. So we can confirm that our website that we have built with Wix is now mobile friendly as well. So let's click save at the top right. And we can go back to switching to the desktop editor. And as you can see, the elements that I hid on mobile are back visible again, and everything is looking good. So editing on the mobile editor has not broken our website on desktop, so that is all good to go. Now we will also need to complete these final two pages. We have book online and blog. So first of all, let's go to the blog page. I'll go to pages and menu and click onto blog. And what we're going to do is create our first blog post. These are all examples. These aren't really real. So we need to click onto the Manage Posts button And this is our blog overview. So this is where we can manage our blog content. So let's go ahead and click Create Post to create our first blog post on our website that we have built with Wix. Now I'm going to paste in my blog title, and I'm also going to paste in my entire blog content. This is an example blog post that I have already written. And now we're going to go to settings on the left over here, and we're going to add a cover image for our blog post. Now you can create your own, but I'm just going to use this image that we've already uploaded. So let's click Add to Page. And then we have some other options. So you can choose when your blog post is published. You can select the writer. So you can add a new writer profile within Wix. So simply add the author name, add their image, and add their title within this section here. Now I'm just going to leave this as default. And finally, you can set it as a featured post. So if you tick this, you can make it so that featured posts can be displayed anywhere on your website using a post list. Now we haven't added these elements anywhere on our site, so this does not matter anyway. So this post will appear on our blog page. Then we have some advanced settings as well. So we have a description that we can add for our blog post. We can paste in our description here. If you've already published blog posts on your Wix website, you can add up to 3 related posts that will appear below the one that you are currently publishing. And finally, you can enable comments on your blog post as well. Then after that, we have the SEO settings for our blog post. So this is where you can adjust the URL slug, the title tag, and the meta description for your blog post as well. And then you also have the option to let search engines index your page. Now, if you want your blog posts to actually appear in Google or other search engines, it will be very important for you to tick this option. So I'm just going to paste in a meta description, and I think the title tag looks good to me. The URL slug is okay as well. And then we have the advanced SEO settings. So this is where you can add structured data markup, and you can customize the robots meta tag, and you can add additional tags as well. And then we have the social sharing options as well. So this is what your post will look like when it's shared to Facebook or Twitter, as you can see just here. So we can have the Twitter preview here. So you can select the card size, the Twitter title, and the Twitter description. And of course, you can also change the blog image for Twitter or Facebook if you want to within these options here. Below the SEO option, we have categories. So we can create and add your blog posts to certain categories. So I'll just give you a quick example. You can create a new category. I'll just call this information. And then click the blue tick. And it will create the category and automatically add your blog post to it. You can remove it by simply unticking it, and then it will be removed from that category. Then we can also add certain tags to our blog post. This is quite simple. You can just add up to 30 tags per post. Then you can monetize your blog posts. However, this is only available when you set up subscription plans. And finally, we have translate at the bottom down here. So we can translate your blog to make it so that anyone in the world, no matter what language they speak, can access and read your blog. Now to get started, simply click the Get Started button, or if you want to learn more about this option, click Learn More. But for now, I'm going to leave it exactly how it is. So then to publish your blog post, simply click the Publish button at the top right over here. And there we go, we have successfully published our first blog post on our Wix website. So let's go back to the editor. And if I now go back to the blog page again, we'll be able to see the blog post that we have just published. And there we go, we can see our blog post. So that is our blog page created. You can change the background for your blog page as well by clicking Site Design, and then you can change the page background. However, we want to leave it as it is right now. And you can also add page transitions to all of your pages under the page transition option here. simply click the Customize button and add any transition that you want to use. This is the same for every page. Even if I go back to the home page and then go back to transitions, you can add transitions to any page on your Wix website. So now that our blog page is also completed, let's click Save at the top up here. And the final page that we need to complete is the Book Online page, where customers can book our services. So let's go back to Pages and Menu and go to Book Online. And we already have a default service here, which of course we'll be deleting and we'll be adding our own. But first of all, I'm going to move the Book Online heading and I'm simply going to add a subheading below it. So let's go to Add Elements and I'm going to add the paragraph text. And then I'm going to paste in my text that I want to have here and center my text as well. So we've aligned it to the center and then we're going to actually position it in the center below the heading as well. So we have Book Online, booking your classic car restoration appointment with Classic Car Innovations has never been easier. Let's just add a full stop to the end of that. And now we're going to add our first service. So let's click the Manage Services button. And as you can see, we have the default service that was created when the app was installed. So we're going to delete this service here and we're going to create our own. Now we have all of these options for services that we can create, but I'm just going to create the price estimate service here. Then we can add a tagline and a description along with a duration. And then we have the pricing options down here. Now, because this is a price estimate for a classic car restoration, this is a free service, but you have the different options for all of this information down here. So I'm going to paste in a tagline and I'm going to paste in the description as well. Then we have some other information. So we want to make sure this is visible. So we're going to tick this down here. And I'm going to customize the image for this service. I'm going to go and find a classic car. Let's see which image is good for us to use. Let's try Unsplash instead. Here we go. This one looks absolutely perfect. So let's add that to the page. And okay, so we have choose how clients pay for this service per session, custom price. This is a free service, or you can choose to use with a plan. So clients can buy a membership or package to book sessions with, or it could be per session or with a plan. So either option. So that would select both of these options. Now I'm going to select per session and make it free just here. Now we're going to have the location as the business address. You can edit this and it will take you to edit your business address for your Wix business. And then we have staff down here. We can rename the staff. I'll just put Anthony. And we can add some images. We have cover images and a photo gallery. And finally, we have advanced settings, which I'm going to leave all of this down here exactly how it is. So let's go back up to the top and click Save. Now, this is just an example showing you how to create a service which allows you to take bookings. If you actually want to take bookings, you will need to upgrade to a premium plan. But for now, this is just a quick example for you. So let's close out of that. And now on the booking page, the Book Online page, we can see the first service that we have created. So let's save the page again. And of course, we have our footer below. Our custom footer is on every single page, just like with our header as well. So we don't need to change it again and again for every single page. So there we go, we have completed our first service. So now our Wix website is pretty much completed. So that means that we will now need to select a plan. So the easiest way to do that is to simply click the upgrade button up here and then go to compare plans. And that will take you to the pricing page for Wix. So we have many options that we can use. We have website plans, which are VIP, unlimited, combo, and connect domain, which is the most basic. Then we have business and e-commerce plans, which are essential for accepting online payments. So if you just need a simple website that will not be accepting payments, you can use one of these plans here from the website plans tab. Or we have the enterprise plans, which is much more advanced, which if you wanted to use this, you will need to request a call from Wix. So you will either want to select a business and e-commerce plan. So this will be if you need to accept online payments through your website. Because I'm building a simple business website, all I'll need is one of these plans here. So you can look at the different features that are included. So based on this here, I think that the unlimited plan will be fine for my website. But you will need to compare the different plans and what is available on the plans for when you select your own plan. So we have all of these options here. And if you want to accept payments and sell products online, I must reiterate that you will need one of these plans here. But my website will not be doing that, so I'm just going to select the unlimited plan just here. And it's important to note that you also have a 14-day money-back guarantee on all premium plans. So then you can choose your billing cycle. You have monthly, yearly, 2 years, or 3 years. I'm going to select the monthly option. Now it does say, note that monthly subscriptions don't include the free domain name, they don't include the site booster app, and they also don't include the visitor analytics app either. So it's important that if you want to use any of these features, you will need to select a yearly plan. But in this example, I'm just going to select monthly, and then I'll click continue to checkout. Then enter your payment and invoice information, and once you've done that, you can complete your purchase. So now I'm just going to go ahead and enter in my own information. And now that I have done all of that, I'm going to click the submit purchase button on the right over here. And there we go, we have successfully selected and started our premium plan. As you can see at the top up here, it says congratulations, your site is premium. So now you can either purchase a domain name through Wix, or you can connect your domain name if you have already purchased one by clicking the connect button down here, or you could simply click the OK, I'm done button. Now I will be connecting my domain name, but I'm going to do it through my site dashboard. So I'm going to click OK, I'm done just here. And now what I'm going to do is go to my site dashboard. So now what we're going to do is connect our domain name to our Wix website. Now there are many ways for you to do that. You can either click the connect domain button on your dashboard here, or on the setup guide within your dashboard, you can click the connect a custom domain option by going to this option here and then entering your domain name to start the process. Alternatively, if you do not see this option on your dashboard, you can go to settings on the left over here and then click onto the domain settings within general. Now I have not yet purchased my domain name, so what I'm going to do is type in my domain name and see if I can purchase it through Wix. So I'm going to type in classiccarinnovations.com. And then I'll click let's go. And as you can see, the domain name is available, so let's get it. I'm going to click the get it button right here. And this will take me to the purchase page where I can purchase the domain name through Wix. Now I'm going to register the domain name for 1 year. So let's click continue. And then we'll need to enter our contact information on this page here. Once you've done that, click continue. And then we have privacy protection. So for another £7.50 per year, you can have full privacy protection, which will secure your name, email, address, phone number, country, state, and organization. Or you have basic protection, which means that the following information may be exposed on the web: your country, your state, and your organization. However, your name, your physical address, your phone number, and your email address will all be masked in the Whois database. So you don't really need to buy the £7.50 per year subscription for full privacy protection because it's not really needed anyway. So now let's click continue to go to the checkout and let's complete our domain name purchase. Now, because I already added my payment information to Wix when I registered for the premium plan, it is already saved on here. So now all I need to do is select the card that I want to pay with, which is already here. So I've selected my card information. So now I'm simply going to click the Submit Purchase button. There we go. We have successfully purchased our domain name within Wix. Now we can either publish our website right here, or we can go to the domains page by clicking Go to Domains at the bottom down here. Now you may need to verify your email address, and if you haven't yet received your email, click the Resend Verification button. And once you receive the email, you'll need to click the Confirm button within the email that you receive. This will open a tab in your browser, and within that tab, you will simply need to click Verify Information. Now you can see here that I have just received that email, so now all I need to do is click the Confirm button, and that has opened up this approval tab here. So this will allow you to verify your contact information. Once you have verified your information, simply click the Verify Information button at the bottom, and it will say Contact Information Verified. And now if you go back to your Wix dashboard, this hasn't quite yet updated, but just refresh the page a couple of times, give it a few minutes. And there we go. As you can see, it says your domain contact info is now successfully verified. So we have now connected our domain name to our Wix website. Now you can create a custom business email address by clicking the Get a Business Email button, but this will require a new subscription as this is not included in your current subscription. This will be using Google Workspace. So this is a great way to get a custom email, but it's not needed if you don't want to pay for it. Okay, so we have successfully connected our domain name to Wix. As you can see here, it says that your site isn't published, which means that your visitors can't find your domain name online. To fix this, head over to the editor and publish your site. So let's go to the site editor, and now let's publish our Wix website that we have built. Okay, so to publish your website on Wix, simply click the Publish button at the top right up here. And there we go. Our website has now been published. And now it is online and live for everyone to view. So let's go ahead and preview our website that we have built in Wix. Here we go. So this is the website that we have built. We have the menu at the top up here with our logo and our different menu items. Of course, we have the book online and blog pages. We have our top section here. We have the services, our work, which we actually need to fix because this isn't showing up. But for now, let's just scroll past that and see what else we have. We have the About Us section and the Contact section at the bottom down here. Then if I go to the book online page, we can see the book online service that we have added, and we can also go to our blog as well. Then we can click onto our blog post and read all of it. So we are going to have to go back to the home page and make a few changes. I also want to make it so that our logo acts as the home button. So let's go back to the editor in Wix and close out of this. And we're going to scroll down and we need to find out why our work is not showing up on our website. So let's go to settings and we need to figure out why this is not appearing. Okay, so it looks like it should be showing up. So we should have another look at this in a minute. But first, what I'm going to do is make it so that our logo acts as our home button. So let's click the link button, and I'm simply going to click onto page and select the home page. There we go. Now we can also delete the home menu item because that's no longer needed. So I'm simply going to hide it and then click save again and publish. And now we can view our site once more. Now if I go to a different page and click onto the logo, it should take us back to the home page. There we go, that's fantastic. Now if I scroll down again, our work, the images are actually appearing, so that is fantastic as well. And we can click onto each of these. Then we have the About Us section, the Contact section, and everything else that we have built. Now let's go back to our Wix dashboard. So this is our dashboard here. However, if you do not yet know how to access your dashboard, let's say you are in the editor for your Wix website. In order to access the dashboard, all you need to do is go to the site dropdown and then click onto My Dashboard just here. This will then take you to the dashboard for the Wix website that you have created. Now you should already know how to do this, but I'm just showing you in case you don't yet know. We have many different features within our Wix dashboard. For example, we have a checklist right here to set up our business, and this will just make sure that everything is completed. Now, this one right here is telling us to set our working hours. So by default, it's on 10 a.m. till 6 p.m. Monday to Friday. So let's just say that's right and click the Set Hours button. There we go. Then all we need to do is complete the payment methods and get found on Google. For now, I'm just going to leave both of those, and we're going to go to the business info page. Here you can add all of the information for your business in Wix. So we can add our logo. We can do that right now. Let's add the badge logo. We have the name, the business category, and we can even add a short description. So I'm just going to paste in a simple description sentence, and then I'll click save. Then we can add a location and contact information for our business just here as well. So you can simply type in your business address and then set the location name and also add the contact information for your business. So we have a contact email, a phone number, and if you still use fax, you can add a fax number as well. So there is a lot to take in on your dashboard. There's a lot of information available to you. Let's go back home. We have on the dashboard here, SEO, we have an app market. We have the Wix Owner app, which allows you to manage your Wix business and website from within an app on your phone. We have the inbox, so that you can view and reply to all messages and activity via email, chat, and more. We have email marketing, social posts, analytics, financial tools, a logo maker, and so much more, all available within the dashboard. So let's quickly go down the menu on the left over here. First of all, we have activity. This is a basic overview for your website and business activity in Wix. So we have site sessions and analytics. Then we have upcoming sessions. This is appointments that people have scheduled through the services section on your website. We have latest blog posts. We have the site and app, so you can view your website and edit it from here. And you can also install the mobile app, which you can manage your website from. We have invoices, email marketing campaigns, upcoming tasks, which I don't think I'll use within Wix. We have active contacts. These are all demos. And finally, we have Facebook and Instagram ad campaigns that you can create from within Wix as well. Next up, we have site and app. Here we can access the website editor. So we can manage our website. We can manage our domain name, edit our website, view our website, and access the website settings. We can look at how we can increase the site speed, but we currently don't have enough traffic to do that yet. And we have more ways to manage our website down here as well. Then we have the mobile app, which we can create a mobile app for our business using Wix. And we have branded app as well. Now I think this is pretty much the same thing as mobile app. They are basically the same. After that, we have booking services. So this will only appear if you have installed the services app. Then we have booking calendar. Once again, this will only appear if you have installed the booking app. We have orders. If you set up your website as an e-commerce website in Wix, you'll be able to access the orders that people have made through your website on this page here. You can create gift cards. We can skip past that. Then we have blog. So you can have a look at your blog overview, customize your blog, import blog posts from WordPress. And then on the left over here, we can access our full page of blog posts, comments, categories, tags, and access all of our writers. Then we can see subscriptions. You can manage and create subscriptions from within this page here. And also access the subscribers and view the active subscriptions as well. We can create a loyalty program. And then I'm just going to quickly go through the last few. We have contacts. So this is where you can view, filter, and manage all of your site's customers and leads. Then we have communications. This is where you can use the live chat and access the inbox for people trying to contact you. And that includes the form submissions down here as well. Now in my plan, I can create up to 10 forms, and I've currently created one. Then we have automations. So you can create automated email marketing. You can automate tasks and so on, all from within the automations section. Then we have marketing and SEO. This is where you can optimize the SEO for your Wix website. Then we have analytics and reports. So there is a lot of options here, but basically this is the analytics for your Wix website. Finances. This is where you can keep track of payments from your customers. You can create quotes, invoices, pay links, recurring invoices, and add financial integrations as well. And then we have the settings for your Wix website. So you have the general site settings that you can configure. For example, the domain name, business info, website settings, languages, and other things as well, as you can see on this page here. And then you can also do things like managing privacy and cookies within your website as well. So let's click onto privacy and cookie settings down here. Now this will advise you how to manage your site's cookie consent, your privacy policy, and more. So from here, you can display a cookie consent banner on your Wix website. You can set up a privacy policy for your website as well. And it will also show you how to add a do not sell my data link, which is in accordance with the CCPA privacy policy, which is the California Consumer Privacy Act. So all of this is quite important, as this is all about customer security within your website. So you will need to follow these different regulations. After privacy and cookies, we have apps. So you can install different apps to your website, just like with plugins on WordPress. And then if I go back, we can go to Content Manager. So this is where you can store and manage content to display anywhere on your website. And finally, we have developer tools. Now this is quite advanced, so we're going to skip straight past this one. However, if you know what you're doing, you'll be able to use the logs, the monitoring, the secrets manager, and the triggered email settings within the developer tools down here. So let's go back home, and there we go. So that is pretty much it for the dashboard of your Wix website and the settings for your website as well. So we have built our entire website, but now what we need to do is boost our site's SEO. So in order to access the Wix SEO app, you can either click onto SEO on your dashboard just here, or on the menu on the left, you can hover over it where it says Marketing and SEO and click onto the SEO tab. Now the best way to optimize your site for search engines is to use the SEO setup checklist. So to do that, click Get Started just here, and this will build you a personalized SEO checklist for your Wix website. So let's click Get Started. And first of all, we need to enter our business name. So there we go, I've entered the brand name, and then click Next. Where do you serve your customers? We have either I serve customers from a physical address or within a local service area, or I serve customers nationwide, worldwide, or interact with visitors online. So because this is a classic car restoration business, I'm going to select the first option here. Now this is going to ask us to enter an address, city, or region. And because I don't have an address to enter, I'm just going to put London for now. And then click Next. Now we're going to enter some keywords. So keywords are phrases usually 2 to 5 words long that will help match your website with what customers enter into search engines. So first of all, I'll type classic cars. Then I'll type classic car restoration. And then I'll type classic car restoration London. There we go. So we've entered our 3 keywords. We could enter 2 more because it is out of 5, but for now it is recommended to start with 3. So that is fantastic. So now let's click Next. And there we go. So now we have a custom SEO setup checklist to fully optimize our Wix website for search engines. So we have step 1, get your homepage ready for Google search. Set the homepage titles for search results. Add a description for the homepage. Update text on the homepage, that's already done. So we only have 3 things to do in step 1. So we need to set a title for the homepage, which is optimized for search engines. And we need to do that for the description for the homepage as well. And finally, we need to connect and submit our site to Google Search Console. So first of all, let's write a site's homepage. Now, this has already written some title ideas for our homepage that we can use. We could write our own, but I think we may as well just use this third one here. So then let's click Apply. Now, I would recommend writing your own page title, but as it generated some for me anyway, I thought I may as well just use one of those. And then we need a page description for our homepage. So I'm just going to paste in some sentences from the About Us section. And I think this is too long, but it's happy with it, so I'm just going to click Apply. Now, it's important to do your own SEO research and keyword research for all of this content. You could even use ChatGPT to help you, but for now, this is all okay. Next, we need to connect and submit our website to Google Search Console. Now, to do that, click the Connect Now button, but for now, I'm just going to go ahead and skip this step and move on to the next one. So for the next step, which is step 2, we need to optimize our site pages for search engines. So we have the home page, we need to add contact details and connect social networks. We have already added links to our home page, and then we will need to set the blog page title. I may as well set the one that's already been generated for us. And below that, we need to add a meta description for the blog page as well. Once again, I'm just going to paste a few sentences that were generated for me. Now, this was written by ChatGPT. There we go, that's fine, just like that. So you just need to go ahead and complete the checklist that Wix SEO has created for you, and then your Wix website will be properly optimized to show up in Google and other search engines. So there we go, we have set the book online title. I may as well just apply what is already there. Now it's important to make sure this is all quality and relevant for your website, but this is just a quick example showing you how to use the feature. And finally, we have step 3, keep building on your SEO progress. SEO is a work in progress and you will constantly need to add more to your site. So regularly add new blog content to your website and add backlinks as well. And then we have some other options down here. For example, you could hire a Wix SEO partner, or you could advertise on Google using paid ads. But first of all, you want to make sure that you have completed your SEO setup checklist. Other than the SEO setup checklist, there are other SEO features available within Wix as well. So within the checklist, it will tell you to connect your site to Google Search Console. This is one of the most important steps. And once you've done that, you'll be able to see your site performance in this section here. Now, there is also a mini SEO course available on the right over here. So if you need some more information, you can also use this to help you out. Then if you scroll down, we have additional SEO tools and settings. So we have the SEO setup checklist that we've already looked at. We have SEO settings, customize your pages and meta tags for SEO, and set your site's preferences. Then we have site inspection. This will allow you to learn how Google views your site and troubleshoot pages that are not appearing correctly in search results. Next, we have the URL Redirect Manager. This allows you to redirect site visitors and search engines from an old URL to a new one. After that, we have site verification. This allows you to add verification meta tags from search engines to claim site ownership and get access to search data. Then we have sitemaps. This is where you can view your site's XML sitemap index and learn how it's optimized for you. And finally, we have the robots.txt editor. You can edit the file that tells search engines which pages to crawl, but this is for advanced users only. So if you don't know what the robots.txt file is, then you probably shouldn't edit it. However, if you understand how to make changes to it, this is where you will do that. So there we go. That is everything for the search engine optimization section within your Wix dashboard. So now let's go ahead and look at the website that we have built with Wix. So we have the homepage with the header and the top section. And then of course we have the menu and the other sections that we have built, for example, services and our work. Then we have the About Us section as well. This is quite a simple section. And finally on this page, we have Contact Us and the footer at the bottom below that as well. Then of course we have the other additional pages that we created that were the Book Online page and the blog page as well. So there we have it. We've just walked through the entire process of creating a website using Wix step by step. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful and are now feeling confident in your own ability to design, customize, and launch your very own Wix website. So just to recap, we've covered everything from signing up and choosing a template to customizing your site's design elements and optimizing it for mobile devices. With these tools at your disposal, you're well on your way to creating a website that truly represents you or your brand. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please don't forget to leave a like and share the video with anyone else that you think may benefit from it. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well for more informative and engaging content like this. If you have any questions or suggestions for future tutorials, please leave them in the comment section down below. I'd love to see what ideas you have for me. Until next time, happy website building, and I will see you in the next video. Once again, thanks and goodbye.